Hello again. I think this is going to be our last video. I'm not certain, but I think it's going to be our last video in Melbourne.
Probably.
Sad day.
Running out of time.
Because we are leaving in under a week, just a few days, and then the rest of my time will kind of be spent on work and things like that. Speaking of, the real reason that we're here is I work for a company called Envato, and they run a website called Tuts Plus. And so that's the website that I work for. It's kind of an educational network of sites. We teach people how to be web designers and audio technicians, and we even teach people how to do craft and knitting and photography, all kinds of stuff. So anyway, that's why I'm here. Is the sort of home office for Envato is right outside our window. It's right over there across the Yarra River. And Envato was awesome enough to allow us to come out here and spend a month in Australia. And I have to say, it's just been amazing. I'm so grateful that I work for such a cool company.
They're kind of awesome.
Yeah, they're fantastic, and I just really love working for them. The time that I spent here, most of my time is actually at work, so I'm in the office on
Super weird.
Yeah, so I've actually never really worked in an office environment. I've always worked from home. And so it's kind of cool to actually be in the office. We're on the 15th floor. The cool penthouse is the Tuts team. And I work with a lot of cool people. There's this guy, Jason, that's my manager. And then I work with, I sit next to a guy named Cam. And then there are a bunch of developers. And like we all just kind of hang out and talk about Tuts all day and get stuff done. And it's really cool to be in a working environment where when you want to have a conversation with someone, they're right across, the cubicle rather than across the planet.
Yeah.
So it's really cool, and I really appreciate the opportunity to come. And so, with that being said, we wanted to talk a little bit about Melbourne in general and how much we've loved being here.
Yeah, we've really liked it. I mean, I have liked just being able to, like you said, you're here for Envato mostly, and which means I've been kind of sitting around a little bit. But it's really been nice to see Josh be able to go to work with other people that are interested in the same things as him.
Usually people don't even understand what I do for a living, much less be able to hold a conversation with me about what I do.
When we're at home, it's kind of just like, oh, what do you do? And then we kind of had to like break it down and explain it. And I think everyone just kind of ends up not understanding at all what he does. So it's nice for him to be able to be in an office with people that not only understand what he does, but also like to an extent work on the same things and in the same area. So that's been really nice to see and watch. I've gone to Envato a couple of times and just kind of sat there and done some of my work there a couple of days, and all the people have been really nice. Other than that, I've been honestly spending a lot of time making these videos.
Yeah, they're a lot of work.
And editing the photos and things like that from our trip.
So Kelley has done all of the video editing. I haven't pretty much touched anything. So
I mean, you've helped with audio a little bit. But yeah, mostly because we went to Europe like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, something like that. And we did a terrible job of documenting everything. Like we took photos that have never even like seen the light of day. They're just like on a hard drive somewhere. Facebook. Right, they're not on Facebook. They haven't even been touched at all. So it was mostly because that trip was like really go, 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 go. We were in a different country every day. So we kind of decided when we got here, even before we got here, that we wanted to do a really good job of documenting this for everyone else to see and for us to be able to remember in the future. So we've been doing a really good job of trying to just edit the photos and edit the video and everything and get that out there, so then when we get home it'll all be done and we don't have to worry about it. But.
So about Melbourne, it's a really fantastic place. We're living kind of in the heart of the city in something called the CBD, the Central Business District. And so we are, as metropolitan as you can get. We're surrounded by tall skyscraper kind of buildings. They're huge. I don't know, skyscrapers. They're huge buildings.
These look like skyscrapers.
Yeah. And so we're right on what's called the Yarra River. And that's right out in front of us. And that separates South Bank, where we're staying, from kind of the heart of Melbourne, which is right across the Yarra. And that's where Envato is. Envato, I timed it one day. It was precisely 11 minutes from my apartment to my desk.
Nice.
If the elevators are good. And so on the South Bank side, there's a lot of cool kind of shopping areas and a lot of cool restaurants.
There's that casino that does that fire show.
Right next to us, there's this casino, and we haven't even been in the casino.
We did. We had dinner in there one night.
Oh, right, because they have like a food court.
Yeah.
I thought it was a shopping mall at the time. I didn't even know it was a casino. But every night they have these amazing fire shows just right out front. On the hour, I guess, for 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
They just all of a sudden start shooting fire out of these pillars, and it's really cool.
Giant fireballs.
Yeah, huge fireballs. They're pretty cool. That's one of our favorite things. And then you walk down a little bit, and suddenly you're in this sort of dock, waterside kind of really cool area.
Yeah.
Almost feels like East Coast
right
US
by the convention center right there.
Yeah, I really
and then
like
there is a big mall right there. There's a big, because I have been there a couple times while you're at work. It's like the outlet malls down there.
Right. And so then across the way on the other side of the Yarra is the train station, the Flinders Street train station.
Yeah.
And so that's really a big hub. Like it's this huge building actually.
It's huge.
And it's a really big transportation hub. So that's been nice because we can get anywhere we want to go because the train station's right there.
Yeah, that's kind of, I feel like it's one of the like big central hubs for the city. Like whenever we end up on the train on a Saturday night, most people are saying, oh, let's go to the city. And they'll be getting off at Flinders Station because that's kind of where you go to get everywhere else, I feel like.
This is where it's happening.
This is where it's happening. Yeah.
And so it's been really nice to live next to that. And then otherwise across the street from that, then there's the Envato building, and which isn't, they don't have the whole building, just a couple of floors. And then a whole bunch of other just office buildings and really cool restaurants and some of our favorite places.
Yeah, that's honestly where we do a lot of our exploring, is just right across the Yarra River. We just kind of walk underneath the train station, and then we kind of go through all the little alleyways, and usually we just go out on a walk and find dinner. It ends up being around like a 20-minute walk or something every time we want to go like get dinner.
Right. It's nice because there's so much good food here. It's nice that we always have to walk for it. So,
yeah.
So we walk everywhere we go. We've done a ton of walking.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily evening out, but it's at least better than just driving there, I suppose.
So yeah, overall, it's just a really great place to live. At night, I really like that it's very well lit. It seems very safe. There are definitely cities that I've been to that don't seem very safe in the U.S. at night. But this one, it's really great to just kind of even walk around at night. It's a great place. There are all these like troubadour kind of people. Street performers are everywhere. Guys with guitars, people dressed up in robot suits, dressed up like Elmo, kind of like in New York City.
There was an Elmo playing a bagpipe last night when we were walking home from the football game.
Yeah, but nobody sees them as like annoying, like just kind of blights on the city. They're actually kind of cool. They're very much part of the culture here. Lots of people give them money as they walk by, and they're usually pretty talented. Like whether they're dancing or doing magic tricks or something.
Or that guy that does art on the sidewalk.
Yeah, there's lots of just cool street performers. So that's a big part of the culture here.
Yeah, I think that is.
Yeah, and so overall, we've just really liked living here for the month, and we're pretty excited that we got the opportunity. What was your favorite thing about the trip? Like all the things that we did. We went to the aquarium, the zoos, and we pet kangaroos and zip lines.
I don't know. I don't know what my favorite thing is. I think I just liked being in a different place, I suppose. I liked seeing all the different things. Like I liked doing the stuff too, but I liked like going to the Royal Botanical Gardens and seeing how the trees were different than our trees, and being here on Anzac Day and seeing how how they celebrate that holiday, which I thought kind of compared to our Memorial Day, and kind of saw how it was a little bit different. Seeing their ocean and what that was like, and then going to the tree adventures and like kind of seeing their forest and seeing what that was like. So I really like that we saw a lot of different areas. Even though like we're in the big city of Melbourne, it's really convenient that we can be an hour and a half away from the beach, be an hour and a half away from a forest, and like be in the city and be able to go to that giant gardens and everything. So I think I just liked that Melbourne was such a conveniently located area in Australia.
Versatile surroundings. Like you can be anywhere you want in a couple of hours. It's really nice any kind of terrain. Yeah, I liked obviously, I'm a workaholic, so I absolutely loved working here. I liked being in Envato. But aside from that, I loved the trees adventure. It was really cool. And I loved being surrounded by kangaroos. I thought that was really cool. So those were the two highlights of my trip, was zip lining and running across crazy tree things with cables and carabiners. And then the kangaroos, I think, was really cool. Yeah. And then, of course, just living in this cool 32nd floor apartment and getting an amazing view of the city every single day when I wake up is pretty fantastic.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So overall, we're excited to be home in a couple of days. It'll be nice to kind of
go to Chipotle and
slow down and have some in and out and get back to normal life. But we have loved every single minute of our time here.
Yes.
And we hope someday we get to come back and do it again, because it's just been really great.
Yeah.
So that's our sales pitch for Melbourne. If you ever get the chance, come here.
Come see it.
It's great. Everybody talks about Sydney, and we didn't get to see Sydney. We're hoping that sometime we get to come back and see it. But
Melbourne is worth the visit.
Melbourne
too.
is good. Don't
Don't
underestimate it because it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We loved it here. All right. See ya.